Thanks for tuning in to this spooky edition of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. I'll unlock the mysteries of the mansions and catch those ghouls with your help. Thanks for tuning in, and have a safe and happy Halloween. Everybody, welcome back. I was trying to think of something witty to say, and I couldn't think of it, so sorry. My name is Brian. Still moderately sick, O'Brien. Not really. I'm kinda, hey, I'm trying to perk myself up here. Trying to get back into that action. You know how it is. So, continuing in Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon on the Nintendo 3DS here. This is turning out to be quite a few more videos than I thought it would be, actually. I thought I would be kind of done by now, but no. There's a lot actually happening in this game. And there's a lot to the game, a lot more than I actually thought. So, I'm excited to still play it and do the post-play commentary for it. And getting back into the topic of video games for a change. I guess I'll talk about what I feel about Luigi's Mansion 3 coming out on Halloween. On Halloween itself, which is very hype for anyone who wants to play the game the day it comes out, which I am. I'm going to be recording the day it comes out, so I'm very excited to do that. And I should probably order that Luigi costume, actually, just so it doesn't go out of stock or anything like that. So I'll get that ordered, and very excited by that. And it was a game that I thought would happen eventually, because Luigi's Mansion has always done moderately well, but I didn't think it would happen this soon in the Nintendo Switch's lifespan. So it was a bit of a shock to have it be on a console, like the Nintendo Switch. It's the first time we're seeing Luigi's Mansion in full-fledged high definition. So it's a very interesting time for Luigi's Mansion. And it's a game that, when it first came out on the Nintendo GameCube, it did well, because it was a launch title. So it launched on the same day the GameCube came out. That polar bear carpet is absolutely still alive. So yeah. But it's a game that I did not play until long after the game actually came out. I did not own a GameCube at launch. I owned it when Mario Kart Double Dash was a thing. I had it for... I got it for Christmas. It was a bonus disc bundle where it was Mario Kart Double Dash with a bonus disc of all sorts of demos of stuff that I didn't know how to play because it was very, I was very young, just didn't know how to play games and whatnot. So many years later, I went back to master the bonus disc itself. But that's beside the point. So I liked the original Luigi's Mansion. Obviously did a playthrough of it if you want to check that out. That's already up and live and all that. And Dark Moon so far has been very different from that original game. Not so much a thing that... It definitely doesn't have the same type of charm as the original. I have a feeling a lot of that involves the ghosts themselves. They are very... not as personalized, I feel like. So that was a big question with Luigi's Mansion 3, is if they made a 3 ever, would it go back to being the original style of ghost, or is it going to be the new type of ghost? And people really didn't like these ghosts here at first, and it just, I think it has to do with the 3DS in general, and I'm getting to the point of Luigi's Mansion 3, just give me a second here. So, like, everything on the Nintendo 3DS should be in high definition on a console. So, this came out in 2013, right? 2013, 2012. So that was the time where you had the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, the Wii U. All these consoles are out, and they're all in high definition, So at this point, having a handheld that isn't in high definition, it's on a screen literally this big. Like, actually, it's like super small. Like, smaller than any iPhone you have, smaller than any tablet, anything, right? It just doesn't make sense to have this sort of game that has such a high graphical detail be on this small of a screen. So I think that took away from the experience as well, and it doesn't have the same type of lighting engine and whatnot. So I'm going to pull up a video on my own here of the Luigi's Mansion 3 trailer. Now, as much as I don't want to see a lot of the gameplay and whatnot, like, I have already seen a little bit of it here, so whether I wanted to or not, I mean, I didn't really want to, but, like, you know, you can see the game itself, and the lighting in this game, ladies and gentlemen, looks phenomenal. It looks so good. And, like, so the first trailer that came out for the game, it was very like this. It was like Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. The lighting was good, but it didn't quite hit the same way. And the lighting of a game can totally impact so much about the game itself, right? Here's another Toad mission here, so that shows you how long this ordeal is going to be. But, like, especially in a game like Luigi's Mansion, where it's always dim lighting, you know, it's very atmospheric. You want to make sure that the light where it is reflecting off of things correctly and really fits the aesthetic, it fits the mood. And in 3, it absolutely does that, and it fits, and it works. And seeing it all in high definition, it looks just beautiful. And it seems like a lot of the ghosts in the game have a lot more personality than they have had previously. So even these ghosts right here, like the blue ones that I'm watching, like they're on screen right now, in the video I'm watching on the side here, just to, you know, get my thoughts together. You know, they have a lot more personality, and you can, like, slam the ghost. So as you're, like, inhaling the ghost, you can press A to slam the ghost on the ground. Kind of like how Banjo slams Kazooie on the ground in Smash Bros. That same exact move, like a thwap, like that. So that, like, adds a bit more tactile feedback to, like, the Poltergust itself. And it adds a new mechanic to the game. And it has, like, the crows that are in the original, in Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. It has that sort of stuff. It has, you know, the same type style of ghosts, but, like, because they're in high def and they have more detail, it shows more personality, which adds to it. So between Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon being very different from the first game, on top of it also being on the Nintendo 3DS, where you can't show a lot of that graphical detail, you can kind of see that in, like, Toad. So, like, when Toad is coming out of the portrait there, he's, like, in a T-pose. He's like, and his expression doesn't move. And when there's little cutscenes and stuff, his face doesn't move. So, like, little things like that. And it even, like, looks good when you're using Luigi, which is the new mechanic for Luigi's Mansion 3, where he was actually introduced in the Luigi's Mansion port on Nintendo 3DS. So, Luigi basically acts as a second player. So you can play this game two-player. So almost every first-party Nintendo game has been playable by two-player, and this game is no exception. So if you have two Joy-Con, which obviously you do, unless you have a Nintendo Switch Lite, then you can have, you know, two players control it. Or you can just switch off between Luigi and Luigi and do it that way. So even the way Luigi looks in the game, like the way that the light, like, because Luigi is basically, he looks like, he's got, like, the texturing of, like, a gummy bear, pretty much. So, like, seeing the light go through him and, you know, that whole thing there. So, and the idea of it being one location, that is the selling point as well. So, what people also didn't like about this game, Dark Moon, is that it's multiple mansions. They all have different themes, but it's all different mansions. It's not one cohesive, you know, piece right here. It's not intertwined. So, for Luigi's Mansion 3, it's a not even a mansion, it's a hotel. It's a haunted hotel where each floor has something unique about it that makes it different from the other ones, but it makes them still cool and all feel connected in their own way. So, yeah, instead of having the move where, you know, you're inhaling the ghost here and you, like, inhale it a little more by pressing A, like, as soon as you activate it properly, you can, like, slam the ghost on the ground for a limited amount of time to reduce their, you know, health, I guess, and, you know, inhale them into the Poltergust. So, it seems to modernize the concept of Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube and the 3DS, and combine the good things about Dark Moon. Now, if I had to take a guess, I would think that there would be something involving the original ghosts from the game. So, if they put so much more personality into these ghosts here, and they're paying homage to, you know, like they know Luigi's Mansion is a more, you know, well-received game overall compared to Dark Moon, they would want to have something based on the original game in this game. So I think, like, as like a special thing, they'll show the original ghosts, or they'll have Boo or something like that. Like, Boo are obviously in the game, because why wouldn't they be? King Boo is the enemy, of course, because who else would it be? So they'll do something like that eventually, but it looks to do something new but modernize everything and keep everything fresh. That's really what I'm excited about. So there's less of backtracking in the game. This game has a lot of backtracking. There's a lot of, like, going to different areas and, like, you know, but you're going through the same types of areas. So, you know, once you complete a whole section here, like, you're done with it and you move on. And, like, just looking at this game, dude, like, it's hitting me right here. Like, I can feel it. I can look at this game and I think, like, this is going to be one of my favorite games of all time, and I don't know why. There's no reason for me to feel that way, but, like, just looking at it, I'm like, this game looks great. And I'm not showing you anything because it's going to be coming out soon enough anyway. So, and I'm trying not to look at anything new for footage or new for, you know, overview trailers or anything like that. I watched, like, E3 2019, and I watched this 27-minute video based on the game. And that's only part of one floor, you know? So I'm not going to tell you anything about it just to keep the spoilers and whatnot, but it just looks so good. And every floor has a different theme, and oh man, it just looks so good. So I'm so incredibly excited for it. And this is something about Dark Moon that I really like, is these little mini sections right here, the time challenges. I didn't know that these were a thing, and I really, really, really like them. I hope those return in 3, because, like, it takes a break from the original thing, you know? It takes a break from the overall, you know, wherever you are, and it allows you to do something a bit more unique for a little special area here. So, like, this looks like a snow globe, so maybe, like, in, you know, in 3, you find a snow globe, you shake it, and then you go right into there, and then you pop right back out, something like that, you know? Or you go into, like, a TV, then you go into a studio set, or something like that. So, you know, there's all sorts of things that they could do like that, and, you know, like, this is cool. Like, there's, like, a sunken submarine there, and he gets, you know, sucked into the air. Boom, there you go. So this whole section here, I actually, like, here, right here. Like, why is this toad freaking out? Why doesn't it trigger that I'm actually next to him? You know, stuff like that. So, but yeah. So I actually mess up a bit here. There's actually a section to the right that acts as a walkway that I did not notice before, and you're going to see that in just a minute here. So I actually ended up going back, and I backtracked a little bit accidentally. So this one here is where you can find a Boo. I don't know how important getting all the Boo are. By the end of the playthrough, I will look up what the 100% is for the game. Talking it over with my buddy Alex, who has been in various videos before, he asked me if I was doing 100%, and I'm like, no, I usually never do 100% unless I really love the game. He's like, oh, that's fair. You don't need to do that. So I guess he doesn't think it's 100% worthy, so I don't know. I actually lose track of the Boo here, but you can see him clearly in the reflection right there. And the Boo in this game are significantly easier than any Boo in the first game. Wow. It is so much easier here, because, like, the other Boo would, like, move between rooms and, like, just run away from you. But here they're a bit too easy. I think they're a little bit too easy. I think if they were, you know, a bit more feisty, but as soon as you spot them with the blacklight thing, you're good. They're done. So, but yeah, I don't know what you get as a reward for that, but yeah, this whole thing right here is a bridge. I didn't even realize that. I had no idea. So it helps to have, like, I guess a small guide on the side if you really want to find all the locations of stuff, and it might add up to something good, but it definitely doesn't prohibit you from beating the game at all, so you don't necessarily need to do any of that stuff. So, like, I like the aesthetic of this whole thing here, and hopefully there's similar aesthetics in, you know, Dark Moon. So, like, they have all sorts of different locations. You know, you could have an entire room based on, you know, like an ice skating rink, or like things that are in a hotel. So, like, the haunted pool area. There's a sauna, you know. There's, like, you know, a step up. Wow, that's a lot of gold right there. A step up from, you know, the main lobby is the haunted breakfast buffet. You know, and it's all like the big portly ghost who are like, I'm gonna eat pancakes, you know, stuff like that. That's what I sound like when I wake up from the Holiday Inn while on business trips, and business trips makes me sound like I'm fancy, but I'm at the Holiday Inn. So like, you know, when I wake up and then I'm like, pancakes, yum yum yum. But actually, anytime I've gone to one of those like open buffets, like it's a breakfast buffet, right? It's always like, it's a mad dash, because it's a free breakfast buffet. And the breakfast buffet they have that are paid at these hotels are normally so extraordinarily expensive, like $25 for breakfast. Now, I don't know about your boy. I don't know about you, but your boy, Sick O'Brien here, I could eat like an egg and cheese sandwich from Dunk's, call it a day. I don't need much more for breakfast. It's all good. It's whatever, right? So I don't need to have the $25 breakfast. I can have the $6 breakfast and I'm good. Breakfast is by far not the main meal of the day for me. I thought I could shoot the toad across the bridge there. That's not the point. Even though it kind of looks like you can, but whatever. So, yeah, that's always super expensive. And then the free ones, it's always a mad dash to go like downstairs. You either have to get up at like 6 in the morning to get pancakes, to get like Holiday Inn quality pancakes. Listen, I'm not getting up at 6 in the morning to get Holiday Inn pancakes. And the thing is, like, I've stayed at conventions with my friends, and some of my friends are like, dude, we gotta wake up for the breakfast buffet. And it's like, well, it's a garbage breakfast buffet. Why are you even gonna bother? Just go get a thing from Dunkin' Donuts. And they're like, yeah, but it's free. And I'm like, yeah, but there's 7,000 people down there, and it's not that good of food. So, like, there's a reason it's free for everyone, right? And, like, they have a waffle station that self-serve waffles. Then you have 15 people behind you who want to get waffles, or you're waiting for 15 people to get waffles. Like, I was at Kineticon last year. Yeah, it was definitely last year. And there was, like, all the nerds from the convention, obviously, all the neckbeards, all the, you know, whatever, myself included. And they had this entire, like, girls cheerleading team that was having some competition. And it just gets absolutely flooded with, like, 12-year-old girls, all the soccer moms, and they're all going for the pancakes. They're all going for, like, the fruit bowls, and I'm like, get me out of here. And it's, like, it's in the lobby of this Holiday Inn. It's not even like a dedicated room. At least at the fancy places where you pay for breakfast, it's like a fancy kind of room. It's like a separate area, separate designated thing. It's literally just in this hotel lobby. And it's just so inconvenient. And it's like, just don't even bother. Go to Dunkin' Donuts, go to Starbucks, right? Just do literally anything else except doing this. So, here we go. This is the end of the first mission here, Cold Case. So it's divided up by, the next video is quite a long one because these levels are fairly long. And I actually go through part of the level here in this video. So it's kind of a weird way this is all split up here. Hopefully you don't mind that as much. But yeah, and there's also a boss battle, obviously. So, you know, take that for what you will. So I never bother with the breakfast buffet, and I got into that topic because, you know, maybe Luigi's Mansion 3 will have like a breakfast buffet sort of situation. You never know. You really never know. So maybe you just inhale all the food and you steal it from all the portly ghosts there, perhaps. That might be the case. I don't know. What else could they have? They could have, yeah, like a ice skating or like a pool area. They could add really whatever they wanted to, you know? It really just depends. There's such a wide variety of things they could possibly do. They could just have like a haunted house. They could have like I don't know. Like I'll give you I guess a spoiler alert. One of them is like a movie studio that has different sets on the studio. So like there's all sorts of different things there. So, and that's just for one little mini area here. So, you know, and I guess you can inhale ghosts as Luigi as well. So it seems like you have... Oh, so interesting. So you have Luigi and Luigi at the same time that could probably, you know, take down ghosts and whatnot. But what's good is that when you take... Oh, here's the crystallized thing I was talking about before. When you take the ghosts and you slam them on the ground, it gets more health taken off of them, but it expedites the gameplay. So you're not spending as much time inhaling all the ghosts into the vacuum. You're exploring more, and you get an opportunity to do more things, which is great, because kinda, as soon as you have the ghosts here, like, that's it. You don't need to, like, you fight a bunch of them at one time. Sure, you can, but, like, it just expedites it. That way you get to more action more quickly, you know? That's what I really like. That's what I enjoy. You know, you want to expedite the process as much as possible. That way you do more things, you know? You keep the gameplay snappy. So that's what it seems like they're doing here. And, yeah, it just looks absolutely gorgeous. So I'm so excited for it. Luigi's Mansion 3, hopefully going to be one of my favorite games of all time. And I'm not even, like, a Luigi fanboy. I'm not a Luigi's Mansion fanboy or anything like that. Like, it's not something I'm crazy over, but it's just a cool... It just looks like a good game, you know? So, and again, the lighting engine, man, they just do so much. And having, you know, this game here, it was restricted by being on the 3DS. That's really the issue. So, what you do here is, actually, this is a very short level, I think. Maybe it is? I'm not quite sure. So, I forget. I recorded these a couple of days ago. How long ago was it? It was only 3 days ago. 5 days ago. Okay, cool. So, it was a little while ago. That's enough time between when I recorded it and not. Okay. So, with this one, it acts as like a teleporter over here, so you can teleport between sections more easily. They introduced this in the fourth mansion of the game. Is this 5? I forget. Whatever. So, you know, they introduced the teleporters now of all the sections they possibly could. So, hey, that's fine. So, yeah, it feels like they're doing less padding with the new game and whatnot. So, I can't wait. Hopefully, you can't wait either, because it's going to be a whole big thing. And, yeah. So, that comes out on Halloween. I'll be recording it, and I'll be playing the game, you know, every single level. Will I do 100%? I don't know. I don't know what 100% would entail. I don't know if that's going to be like a thing that is desired of me. I don't know. So it seems like there are unique ghosts in the game again. So there's really no unique ghosts in here. Like the ones that are the boss ghosts, they are the same technically. They're not different in design or personality or anything like that. So like for the movie studio thing, again, spoiler alert, I guess. They have... Did I not get the key? I must have. Oh no, I think it falls down. There we go. Okay, cool. It looked like it didn't load. But there's like a movie director for the director scene here. So, and it's just a cool concept. So I'm actually gonna stop the trailer that's over here. I'm gonna stop it. That way I don't actually look at any more stuff here. So. Yeah. Hopefully that'll be good. But, you know, even if it's... No, it is going to be good. I know it's going to be good. So, we're going to continue this level specifically here in the next episode of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. And we're going to finish this entire mansion in one go. So, yeah. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll talk to you lovely people of the internet next time. My name has been Brian Saviano, a.k.a. Still Semi-Sick O'Brien. And I'll see you again next time for Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon on the Nintendo 2DS or 3DS, whichever you have been playing this on, because both consoles will work for this whole thing here. It is very chilly with that window open there, but I think I can power through it. And, yeah, have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Peace out. Bye.